Hey guys, we're going to do a couple of homework examples right now in case you need some extra help. So let's go ahead and start from the top with number one. Number one gives us this function right here, f of x equals 9 minus x squared, and we need to find the average rate of change between x equals 0 and x equals 3. So we're going to need to plug 0 and 3 into this function separately, of course. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to plug in 0 first. Hopefully this will be nice and easy. F of 0 is equal to 9 minus 0 quantity squared. 0 squared is nothing, so this just turns into f of 0 equals 9. Cool. So I plug in 0 and I get 9. That's our first pair to work with. Then we'll go ahead and plug in 3. So f of 3 is equal to 9 minus 3 squared. 3 squared is 9, so we have 9 minus 9. And then when I subtract those, we get f of 3 is equal to 0. So here, if I plug in 3, we end up with an answer of 0. Okay, so these are my x's, are 3, like xy is 3, 0. Over here, xy is 0, 9. Now I need to do the change in y's. So I like this as like my starting point. So 0 was my last y. So 0 minus my starting y was 9. And divide by the change in my x's. My starting x, I guess my finishing x was 3 and my starting x was 0. So 3 minus 0. This is equal to negative 9 over 3 or negative 3. So there's our average rate of change in number 1. Number 1, part A. We're going to scroll down to number 2 now and look at this table where we're finding the average rate of change from x equals negative 3 to x equals 1. So I'm going to look at, these are x equals is, so I'm checking out this column here. From negative 3 to 1 is going to be this section right there. Notice that we have a change from negative 3 to 1 of plus 4, right? Plus 4, while on the other side, on our y's, we've got 7 to 3, which is minus 4. Okay, this is one way you might want to look at your table. If we're going to set up our fraction, I would find that probably this way. I would say y's, those are these guys. Well, we ended on 3, we started on 7, so 3 minus 7. And then over here for our x's, we ended on 1 and we started on negative 3, so 1 minus negative 3. 3 minus 7 is negative 4, and 1 plus 3 is positive 4, so we have an average rate of change of, these guys cancel, negative 1. One last problem, I believe it's a graph. Here is f of x, and we want to find the average rate of change from x equals negative 6 to x equals 4. So let's look at our graph and say negative 6. Here's negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is negative 6 right here. But the point that goes with that is this one, the point negative 6 comma 1. Then on the other side, we have x equals 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I go up 1, 2, 3 to find my point. And now the point here is 4 comma 3. Once again, I'm going to do my change in y's over change in x's. Check out my y values here. That's the 3 and the 1. I started at 1, I went to 3. That means an increase of 2 because 3 minus 1 is 2. For my x's, I ended on 4 and I started on negative 6. So end minus beginning, 4 minus negative 6, which is the same as 4 plus 6. So this is 10. Sorry about this ugly fraction over here. Let's squeegee that. 2 over 10 reduces to 1/5. Average rate of change is 1/5. There you go, 3 free answers to kind of give you an idea, a process to follow along with if it started to look totally crazy to you after the notes. All right, that's it. Go ahead and give the rest your best shot. Let me know if there's any trouble.